Now, technically, if I was doing the countdown right, you count down from 10, and then for 3, 2, and 1, you don't say anything, you just do hand gestures. But we're in an audio-only format. So you would all just wonder why I stopped counting.
And we'd probably chime in.
Yes. But in any case, I did press the button after 1.
Oh, good. Hi, welcome to GURPS Wars, a homebrew GURPS Star Wars, and currently we're still doing the Halloween, haunted house may or may not be accurate. There's certainly a dead body down there. And we've got Crash and Ellie and EO, and somebody's going to tell me what happened last time because I didn't get enough sleep. So obviously you have to tell me everything. But no, I'm not going to believe that you got 500 points.
We found a portal of Nope in the basement, and no one would let me throw a bottle of vomit into it.
No, we did not let you throw a bottle of vomit into it.
So we're just going to keep the vomit up here.
No, we are not going to. Okay, no, we are going to keep it down there, but not all the way down there. We are going to leave it where we found it.
Now uncorked, because you use the cork to bridge the warding ritual in the room down there, where there was a person.
And you see, that's why I was so keen on tossing it further away. It smells bad enough in here as it is.
Be because of the rotting Nexu fish down on one of the tables.
I'll just set the bad smell over here with the other bad smells, and we can go upstairs to encounter more bad smells.
You have such a pessimistic view of this place.
I prefer to see it as realism.
I mean, so do I.
You say the glass is half full. I say the...
Notes.
One person says the glass is half full.
Also,
one person says the glass is half empty. I say, wait, this isn't what I ordered.
Fog of War is all over, and I'm not actually wandering around like this. Why can I not get through that door?
Thought I fixed these.
It's because the illusions.
You got through
They
it.
make all the doors look like they're 5 feet to the side. They're displacer doors.
I am not actually running all around the house. I am just trying to
defog the war.
Yeah.
I didn't tell it to refog the war, but I guess it just does that when I reloaded the map again.
EO's character is
Tell me if there are any other doors. I'll make them wider.
EO's character is just going from room to room with like a rolled up newspaper and going shoo, shoo, and the fog is like slowly moving out of the room.
Yes. Wait, is me going places removing Fog of War for y'all?
It is a shared view so far as Fog of War is concerned, I think. I cannot go through this door. I believe it's because it's set for halfway between 2 different 5-foot squares.
I still have all of the map revealed to me. I just can't see all of it, right? I mean, I can see the structure. I just can't see what's going on in the rooms.
Weird.
Like, I can see Sononi wandering in and out of the view of that doorway.
Can someone repeat that? I had a external distraction just now.
The only one who's dealing with fog is EO's character, so it's probably brain fog.
Mood.
It's all in your head.
I recall there being an issue with the map for EO last week.
Huh.
Something about how it stopped loading and then they had to reload the whole thing. And when it came back, all the fog was back.
Weird. On the other hand, I could totally remove Fog of War from it entirely, I think, but I'm not sure how.
Give me a moment, because before the game started, I logged in as Game Master.
Oh!
And just left that window over to the side because I didn't want to be cheating.
Thank you.
All right, configure. Is it under lighting? No. Not ambiance. You know what? I don't think it's under that one. Hello, and welcome to We're Still Figuring Things Out About Foundry. Well, that's reset Fog of War. That would put it all back in. That's clear lights. We don't want that. So, good news, everyone. I found out how to make it worse for everyone, but not how to make it better.
I guess leave.
Unfortunate.
Oh well. We can ignore that for now, I suspect.
Let's.
I like how when I'm in the one window where it's just my character logged in and not Game Master, if I click on my character, I only see their point of view. But if I unselect my character, I can see from Antux's point of view.
Wow. Let's see. All right. I had some notes from last time that I'm just going to enter into the record now, like a lawyer or something, that Senone succeeded in scrounging by one looking for something that could be used as a camera recorder on a stick or rope. And Sen is down 2 fatigue points.
Yes, the initial thought
The
was...
bucket of blood is now in the storage room.
with the other blood. Yeah, the thought
Yes.
was initially that we would take the droid's head and tie it to a rope and send it down, but that droid has been through enough.
I mean, you do have data pads, and frankly, I'm going to assume that your data pads are potentially equipped with whatever an iPad would be equipped with, because I'm just... It's easier to think of it that way.
Does anyone have a USB-C charger?
I mean, if you can find some rope or something, and Sen can remember that there was something tying those birds up above that bucket that they're still draining blood into, or were earlier.
I'm not sure that would be long enough.
No, but there might be twine somewhere.
All right,
I'm
going to ransack
go
the
in
kitchen.
search of twine.
Ransack the kitchen! Someone give me a search roll!
I'm looking for the search roll. There it is.
Did I make another scrounging roll?
You can... All right, for scrounging, you can find the strings that are currently visibly in use, and that's definitely right there. Wow.
Well,
okay,
I made it by 2, but
you did a
Antuxa made
search
it by
by
8.
Okay, you people go through the kitchen like a couple of people who are searching for the hidden money bags or something. And
I mean,
We are
okay,
accountants.
so there's some twine. You are accountants. You are Sith accountants. You are, in fact, actually the sort of people who go who go ransacking through places. You find twine. Indeed, there's more twine there. Also, there's a large pot underneath one of the counters that's been jammed into the corner of it, and it's warm, but it's nowhere near the oven. There's a braided cord wrapped around it, studded with sigil-inscribed beads, binding the lid shut.
Oh, Antuxa, I found something else for you to put your fingers in.
oh, goody.
Wow. Made it by 5.
Occultism. That is... It's a binding... There's a binding... Those are binding sigils. They are not any kind that you really fully recognize. They look old and antique. The
Perhaps
beads
they're-
themselves look antique.
Perhaps it's preserved apple butter? Space apple butter, of course.
Well, no time like the present.
Okay, you made that one by 4 for psychometry. We're using up all of our good rolls by
I would
sticking
like to-
fingers in things.
Apparently. Are you doing the psychometry on what?
The outside or the inside?
The pot, but not the outside. The lid's taped on.
The lid is bound on by the beads.
So yeah, the outside and not the beads.
A. Please make a fright check at -2.
Okay.
Made by 4. Okay. You are assaulted with fear and pain and pain and pain and death and pain and trapped.
I'm sorry. Are you saying we found this jar in the kitchen and Antuxa was assaulted?
And possibly peppered. It feels almost hard for you to breathe. And like something is burning your skin. It is faint and phantom. You're not actually taking damage, but it's a very close range terrible on the psychometry. And if you put your brain on things like that, it's not going to be fun.
Okay. I'm going to take my hand away, put my glove back on, and relate this to the rest of the group.
What the griff is in that jar?
I don't know, but would you mind if I threw that in the hole of Nope?
Yes.
I don't get to throw anything in the hole of Nope anymore.
I object to you adding more nope to the hole full of nope.
Look, we're keeping the blood with the rest of the blood. Let's keep all the Nope with the rest of the Nope. It's tidy.
I'm sure it
object to this.
is.
I object to this terminology, but I can't think of anything better.
Anyway, did we find
It's very
some twine?
undignified. You found twine. You could carefully wrap the twine around the someone's data pad and turn the camera on and lower it. And if you make some computer operation rolls, you could even have it be FaceTiming one of your other data pads. Or you could just lower it and then haul it back up and see what it recorded.
All right. The only question is whose data pad are we putting down there? It's not going to be Antuxa's because Antuxa already gave theirs to the person who we said lock yourself in this room. All right.
Mary.
Sen, would you
Mary.
mind space FaceTiming me while I drop my data pad down the hole of Nope?
That sounds like a great plan.
Oh no. Our first failure
And
failed by
Tuxa, you
3
missed-
for intelligence roll.
It was computer operations at default.
It's just a bad connection here or something. Maybe if you turn the data pad upside down and shake it or turn it off and on again.
Check to see if there's any updates that I have to install.
I mean, someone else can make a computer ops roll if they want. I'm surprised you don't have computer ops. I should have
Someone
done
else
computer
is getting datapad FaceTimed in the background.
Oops.
Well, I made my computer operation roll by
yes.
2. So not only
You
are
can
we
call Sense.
not only are we space zooming, but this call is being recorded.
Excellent. Shall we theater of the mind, or do you want me to actually put you back in the basement for the map?
Dealer's choice, but if you're not going to throw something horrible at us from me slowly lowering my data pad down through it, then we don't need to go down there. For training and quality control purposes. Yes, Ellie.
I might as well just put you in the basement just in case you get something. I mean, I think that's only fair. I'm just going to put you in.
I'm going to take that pot down, too.
Okay, you are taking the pot with you.
Wait, you said I couldn't throw it down the hole. Sen, keep an eye on Antuxa. The moment they try to toss that down into the hole, let me intervene. I call dibs.
On
throwing it in the hole. I'm just going to open it and see what's inside. But if what's inside is horrifying, then yes, by all means, you can throw it down the hole.
Oh, goody.
I'm not sure the hole of nope needs more nope.
Are you opening it before or after you FaceTime the hole?
After.
Okay.
If it's an infinite amount of nope, then adding more nope to it wouldn't actually increase it. Anyway, here
You're
we go.
lower. Okay. To make all right, to make sure it doesn't hit the walls, because apparently there are
Sorry,
like, you okay?
sneezed.
Gesundheit. Let me just do some scrolling here because I need to have all of my little notes. Notes. Scroll past those notes. Scroll past this note. Hello. Oh yes, Percy. No.
And now I need a new mask because this one is wet.
And this
And
one
this
is
one
wet.
is wet. And this one is wet.
Did you sneeze on it? Did you sneeze on all your masks?
Did you sneeze in a rainforest?
I did sneeze on the mask, regrettably.
I'm just glad it's only wet.
Mm. Mm.
Would I be able to use the force to have the twine extend out over the whole of Nope a little bit more? Sort of like creating a force pull.
I am concerned about what will happen if you fail that roll.
You would probably not. Force pulleys are not how the force tends to work. You put your hand out and you hold a piece of something. So what would probably be a bit safer for everything is if you hold tightly to the twine, and somebody really ought to make some kind of proper knot tying roll to make sure that, you do it securely.
Roll
which
for Boy Scout.
Is probably... Sorry?
Actually, roll for Sith Scout.
Yes, roll for Sith Scout. And you can take extra time and use extra twine to ameliorate the penalties for matters. So
It's
go ahead
worth
and do
doing. It's worth overdoing.
Uh-huh. And then what you should probably do would be to hold onto the twine, the end of it, possibly make a loop so that it doesn't slip out of your fingers or something, and use telekinesis to move the data pad.
Okay. So what am I rolling?
Dex -4. I'm going to assume that instead of just going Dex -4, succeed or fail, you're going to basically keep working on it until you have something that's ugly and yeah. If you fail, I'm going to assume you keep working on it, and the failure will just be how long it takes, basically.
What if I tied the twine around it like it was a tourniquet and therefore could use my first aid skill?
Probably not.
It was worth a try.
It was worth a try. I could have you do first aid -4. Oh, only missed by 1. It will look like a fairly badly wrapped Life Day gift by the time you're done wrapping twine around it.
Yes,
Fortunately, you have
none
a
of us
fair
are
amount.
Wookiees. We don't celebrate Life Day. We celebrate Dominate Your Destiny
Oh, I don't
Day.
know. Look, in Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO, Life Day has in fact it will start in 2 days. And it will be on the Imperial side as well, and you can hug a Wookiee. The Wookiee is a prisoner.
Also, it occurs to me that this recording will probably go live in March, but it's getting closer to April. We're getting closer and closer to the Halloween special being just slightly early.
Ending on Halloween. At least we don't have the Easter Wookiee. Anyway, okay. Does someone wish to use telekinesis other to try to move the thing around, or are you just sort of going to carefully lower it and hope for the best?
My telekinesis is
I couldn't
10.
even if I wanted to.
Indeed. And you can spend fatigue on that if you really want. Senone makes telekinesis by 5. Senone. Yeah.
Okay.
Rolled a 7.
So we are slowly lowering my data pad into the Nope while recording a Zoom call.
Yep.
Yes.
Hopefully with a flash on because it's pretty dark down there. Okay, it's dark. It's horribly dark. It's weirdly dark.
Hey, I turned
It's
my screen brightness all the
a
way up.
pit. Oh, let's see. Let's give us some. You're lowering the thing. It's hissing. It sounds like okay. It sounds like a 1200 baud modem going, but it's kind of weird because it's it's making noise and yet it's not, which is upsetting. So give me a perception roll. Vision. If you happen to have keen eyes for some reason.
Do I have keen eyes? I do not think I do.
Well, it'd be probably not. I don't think I gave anyone. No, you just have a 12 for vision. You have.
I'm proud
You
and
have night
selfish,
vision.
so I only have keen eyes for me.
Whoops. I guess everyone's crowding around the thing. Except Entux. Entux is not peering over Sen's shoulder. No, Entux is. Okay. There, that glint. What's that? It's fairly close to. Well, it's a long. It's gone like a long way down.
Just a little bit of a jump to the left. No, slide to the right. Slide to the right.
Something's gleaming over there. You'll need to make another teak roll if you want to try to zoom in on it.
Teak roll?
Telekinesis. Teak.
Ah.
Sorry.
Sen's the one handling this, I believe.
Indeed. Unless someone's going to try and grab it away from them.
What am I rolling telekinesis about? Sorry.
There's
If
a
you want
glint
to try to zoom in on.
on the glint
You and
of the thing.
Entux have both spotted it. Little gleam of reflected light or something.
Made it by 3.
Okay, you orient your data pad. You sort of move it over closer. You move it back, you get in focus. It looks like a pendant. It's draped over a sort of rocky place in the pit here. I mean, you could probably climb down here if you really wanted to, because, well,
Could we
there's enough roughage.
could we rotate the tablet to scoop it up?
I mean, this is theoretically possible. You could also wind up discovering what's actually at the bottom because the tablet has not been facing straight down, I presume. Has it been? Did you want facing straight down for some of this?
Probably not.
Okay. You've not yet seen what's at the bottom then.
I would have pointed it straight down, but I'm not the one controlling it. So, but with the gleam discovered, we've been looking for a necklace. Well, someone wanted us to look for a necklace. I don't suppose that's enough to pay for the back taxes, but it could be a deposit.
I think we can worry about that after we get it out, and I think before we get it out, we should find out what's at the bottom of the pit, because getting it out is going to mean someone climbing around in there.
Not it.
And let's not.
I wanted to throw vomit into it, not climb into it. But if we want to see what's at the bottom, can we rotate
You are the
tab-
only one with climbing skill.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have seen you climb things. You're good at climbing things.
I'm merely as good as the next Sith apprentice. Meanwhile, assume that the uniform that I'm currently wearing has like several little ribbon things on it for awards I've won while training. And one particular battle where we had to climb up a cliff in order to fight the enemy, where they weren't expecting us to be climbing up the cliff because it was considered unclimbable. I have no idea what you're referring to. My skills are basic at best.
Is someone going to rotate the data pad to look down?
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay. You made that's the new teak roll there. Yep, made it by 3.
No, that was a different one, but I will
Okay.
roll again.
Okay. Made it by 3. It's sort of darkness. You crank up the light some more. It's a kind of rippling darkness that it might be water, it might be roiling serpentine coils. No, it's water. Maybe. Are there skulls in that? Are there bones? No, it's just water. That's just rushing foam or something that's not all the images of everyone you've ever remotely cared about with their eye sockets black and gay. No, it's just water.
I've seen this hollow before.
Have you then?
They play at every Space Halloween.
This one's very realistic. I mean, normally they don't get the people that you know in the space holos.
Out of curiosity, do you recognize that one there?
It's just foam. Just the ripples in the dark waters.
I think I've seen that kid's show.
We need to get that necklace.
Well, you're the pilot.
Does this look like a starship?
Look, right now there's only one thing that's flying here, and it's my data pad. And you're the one making it do that. Just...
You want me to pick up a necklace with a data pad?
Why did I just roll 3d6? GM.
I don't know.
Well, it's because Beth has my character selected, so any rolls look like they're being made by my character.
That's right.
Oh, look, whatever I rolled a 5. That's probably good.
Yeah, but I rolled a 16 that's higher than either of you, so I win. Wait.
If that,
Oh, no.
GURPS
if
just
that
roll
was
low.
a right
Golf
check,
rules.
I might have had a crit success. Wait, make by 10 is crit success, right?
If on a 15 or above, then made by 10 becomes then 5 becomes a crit. Yeah.
My fright check thing says it's 15.
Indeed. It wasn't a fright check. It was a perception.
My perception is not 15. My perception is like 13.
Yes, it is.
I failed my perception by 4 then.
Uh-huh. And Tux made a perception by 4.
I'm going to blame our
And Tux
argument.
and yeah. You think about trying to grab the pendant, presumably with telekinesis or something. I don't know. Or climb down there.
None of us has the skill to climb down
Taking
there. I
the
don't know what you're talking about.
Especially not with a rope. Not without a rope. Taking the pendant has a danger associated with it. More than just the fact that you are constantly having your danger sense going ping, 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 because you're around the hole of Nope, and the hole of Nope is apparently like danger.
I don't even see the pings anymore.
That's probably why you missed it.
Okay, so what's the added danger?
You don't get an added danger. You just get that the idea of doing it will add danger somehow.
But it will add danger where we've been keeping all the danger. It'll still be organized.
I mean, well, I'm going to shut my mouth now.
If only there was like a fishing rod with a small hook on it or something.
Was there a fishing rod upstairs?
I don't think so.
No, there weren't any fishing rods up there, at least not that you actually dug around and found. There might be one in, like, storage somewhere. There's a lot of stuff up where the droid was. You didn't go to where the droid was, Entixis, so. but there might be some storage room somewhere.
Well, I'm not climbing down there without rope. So, and this twine would not be sufficient for that.
No.
So I would suggest we pull my data pad up, I wipe off whatever has condensed on it, because there's probably something, and we go look for some rope. We've made progress.
Yes, let's go get some rope.
How far down was the necklace?
A ways, several seconds of slowly lowering a data pad.
So probably only a second of free fall.
Be as much as two seconds of free fall.
I just realized I've got telekinesis self.
Actually, yep.
He can fly.
I will note that in the Star Wars universe, telekinesis self is generally only used for jumping and slow fall. Because for some reason, the only time anyone actually levitates is like if they're being very thematically cool and just meditating, and then they just sort of hover a little bit.
Look, you say fall, I say flying. You just have to be flying down.
With style. Right.
Yes, with style.
With style. Let's see. Okay, you went down about 40 feet, probably. You can figure that out once you pull up the twine. Sen, what are you scrounging?
Rope.
Okay. There does not appear to be any rope in that room. There were like chains and leather straps in the room that had the dead body in it and the dead Nexu fish. And if you're wandering around in there, please make another HT roll to avoid gagging.
I'm not lowering myself down with a bunch of leather straps and chains. That's not my idea of a weekend.
You can spend a few turns, you can spend several seconds trying not to barf something up, Sen, or, back out of the room or something. What are you taking, Sen? What are you telekinesising?
The chains.
Okay, you are dragging some chains from the... Okay, you've got some chains. They do not really go down 40 feet worth, but you've got some chains. There might be rope upstairs.
Okay, I did a search for chains in the GIFs thing. I must share this with you.
That is a cat with bling.
Yes. Mr. T, the cat.
No, this is an orange cat, and orange cats are well known to not have the brains.
They do have the brain cell. Well, this one might not have it today. They do share it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
You can see the person with doing the recording in the glasses. They reflect. Anyway, are you going back up to the to any of the other floors?
Where the droid was.
Okay. That would be on the second floor.
Yes. I'm getting my steps in today.
Okay. Let me just not do that.
My data pad thinks I just went from 40 feet below ground to the second floor of a building. I am definitely getting my steps in today. Never mind that 80 feet of travel was technically cheating.
Okay, I think I've loaded everybody in.
Oh, hello. Don't mind us.
Oh, hang on. Oh, just let me put them away. They're other places. She's definitely another place.
She's gone on to a better place?
Why is everything... Oh, this is upstairs.
Yes, this is the upstairs.
Why is the dining room blurry?
Because the dining room is on the lower level. It is below you.
I can't find anything in here.
Including your own feet?
Who organized
Have you walked into
this?
a room without the light on?
No.
I can't see where you went, so I assume the light is out to there.
I do reach over to turn the light on.
With a little bit of looking, because it hides the light switch to look, fancy and stuff. You can, in fact, find a light.
That is, I think, my first critical failure of this game.
Oh no. Yep, that is critical failure. There is you tripped over something, you went sprawling, you cannot find anything in here. It's too dark.
In my defense, it's very hard to find the light switch.
Okay, the light switch can be found. I'll just put a light here.
This little light of mine. Oh, look, it's a little candle with the light cantrip cast on it. A petite dragonborn
Something.
handed it to me.
Obviously. Let's just give some... There, now you have a light source. Well, you turned on the light in there. Let's see. Room 25. It's full of boxes and crates and shelves and things. There's a barrel of something that kind of sloshy and some oil lamps in here. There's some battery-powered lanterns. Is someone doing a skill roll that actually doesn't have a crit fail?
I would like to try to search.
Give me a search roll. Okay. What all are you... Okay.
You find the rope in the
there's-
box that I've opened 3 times and said there's nothing in there.
There's indeed some rope back here. You find extra bed linens. You find cook pots. Some of these look suspiciously non-stick instead of thematic. There's holiday decorations. Hey, there's a weird little crate in a back corner. Looks like it got caught on fire. Something has some kind of weird hand shape on it. There's some rope, as you found. There's more twine.
Before I open the crate with the hand on it, I want to look in the holiday decorations and see if they include, any kind of lights.
There are sparkly lights in red and the sort of UV black light thing. Yeah, you can find lights. You can find candles too, like actual set 'em up candle things.
I am not going to tie candles to Ran. However, I am going to take a string of lights.
I would feel very
find
festive
that
having to
little
wear a garland with little candles sticking up around it and a crown. I would remain totally
seems
dignified.
uncomfortably like a sapien sacrifice.
Look, can we hurry this up? The wax is starting to burn.
Me just grab a copy of this and see if I can paste this into Discord. Will that? No, it will not. Okay, delete message. Delete. Ah, curses. Yes, Flicker, you're very helpful. Not. You are so not helpful. Absolutely not helpful. You are not helpful one little bit. Okay, this is...
Yeah, I'm not editing this part out.
Oh, that's...
Cat content
That's reasonable.
increases views. But it's audio only, so we won't get any views, ever.
There, that's the image. It looks sort of like a hand that has 4 fingers, 2 thumbs, and a weird sort of spiral thing in the center. And it looks kind of like it got burned.
I think we should get Antuxa, and then I'm going to open this.
Antuxa, could you give us a hand?
Antuxa?
We found a hand.
No, we have.
We'd like to put your hand on the hand.
And Tuxa traipses down the hall with all the closed doors.
You just, on my screen,
Okay.
appeared out of nowhere. Thank God, a critical success. Well, not
Oh.
crit success, but there was a 1 in there, so that was...
So, Antuxa, give me either an IQ or an occultism roll, whichever's higher. Oh, This is the sigil of the Sphere of Mysteries. The Sphere of Mysteries and the Sphere of Ancient Knowledge are basically locked in. Okay, it's only a Cold War because they aren't allowed to be fighting each other in the streets, or laws and justice would get involved. Psychometry, made by one. It looks like someone spilled oil on the box and then it caught on fire and was put out. There's something inside that is a Force relic.
Ooh.
Also, the very sight of the Hand of Mysteries is making you go, ew, and just reflexively, and think things like, crypt creatures and, well, all the insulting things that your parents ever said about mysteries.
I will relay the first part to the group.
Shall we open it?
Let's open it.
Oh, I never get to... Wait, you're agreeing with me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Well, let's see, what should I roll
I
for
mean, I
this?
think this is a terrible idea, but I think we should open it.
Oh, the player thinks this is a horrible idea, but Ran is bored. So the question is, what do I roll to attempt to open it? I do have lockpicks, and electronic lockpicks, and a lightsaber. Any one of these things might be a useful tool.
I mean, it all depends on if the box is locked, and if so, how.
Is it even locked?
There's a latch. It doesn't actually appear to have a lock on it somehow. There's a space, it's one of those little latches. It's got the little hasp that you could put a padlock through. And they just tweeted it right out. No, whoever opened it last didn't bother to put the lock through.
I want to check
It's a little
this
stiff.
for any additional details. I want to do the GURPS equivalent of checking for traps.
Okay, let's see. What would be a good thing on that?
Forced entry?
Do forced entry, but base it off of IQ, which is the same, so you're set. Yeah.
I love when there's an extra thing that I have to do, but it just works out to being the same.
Yep.
Made it by one. I'm glad I leveled up forced entry.
Indeed. It doesn't look like there's any deliberate traps, but if you are not careful opening this box, you are probably going to cut yourself on, the clasp there is dangerously sharp, and there's a lot of weird splintering on this box.
You make a good point.
Okay, oh no, splinters. But then again, A, they're probably not hygienic, and B, this place is weird, and it feels kind of weird to have splinters on a box like this. Like, what the heck?
This is useful information, but B isn't around anymore, and why are you telling me about this box? I'm not even on this planet.
And aren't you glad?
I'm very happy, yes. I'm going to turn the box away from me as I open it.
Okay. Open it carefully. I assume you're taking enough time not to cut yourself.
I am not pointing it towards either of my companions either. I wish to point that out.
I love how paranoid you're being. It's very fair. Okay, carefully open the box.
Mm-hmm. I carefully open the box.
It's pointing at the wall. It's pointing at the wall.
An outside wall.
A little spray of dust or something comes out of it in a way that it's not like that's a trap that anyone set, but
it was pressurized.
It's very weirdly. And then there is silence, and then you can peer over the top of the box if you wish.
I peer over the top of the box.
Someone can.
Mm-hmm.
There's a hand-sized, cracked black bell, and the base of it is got some kind of rust or something on it.
Do our heads make a coconut sound as we both look over the edge of the box together?
Probably not, because Sen has Leku. So you probably
Okay,
bounce
fair.
off the Leku first.
So, wanna bet that's blood?
No. And Tuxa, I don't know why you bother putting the glove back on. Could you take a look at this and tell me if it rings a bell?
It's a very old style of bell with some markings on it that are really ancient. They predate the current empire.
Oh, does it have a clapper?
Yes.
Clap on. Force off. Wait.
Okay. One of you hold the clapper with your mind so that I don't accidentally ring the bell while I am trying to read it.
I do not hold the clapper.
I mean, it's like dice. Do or do not. There is no try. Sen, crit success. Very nice. You have this thing well in mind.
Meanwhile, I'm holding the box.
That clapper is not going anywhere. Yeah. And Tuxa, okay, you feel that recently there's an impression of hands, minds, other people put their mind on this. They've studied it. It has not been used. And before that, there's centuries of being lost. It's been forgotten. It's been in darkness. There is dust. There is sand, etc. And in a very cold and inanimate way, and not any kind of like murdering, it yearns for blood upon it. And we've been playing for about an hour, so we should take a break.
All right, I'm going to press a button. I have pressed the button, which is exactly what I said when I paused it, but that part didn't get recorded. So now it has been, for posterity.
The button is repressed. Help, help, it's being repressed.
Come see the violence
Okay.
inherent in the podcast.
And Tuxa, you have put your brain on something that is weirdly non-horrible about wanting to have blood on it. It's cold, it's creepy, but it's weirdly not horrible.
Well, I'll take what I can get.
Does that mean you're actually taking the bell?
No. If it's going to be cold and creepy, at least it's not horrible while it's doing it, is what I mean.
I'm going to take some surplus twine and put it around the clapper so that it doesn't get wrung accidentally, and then put it in a storage pouch.
Not going to cart that dangerous box around. Okay.
The box is covered in splinters, as you've said.
Yes, weirdly so.
I have to think of my health as I lower myself down into a pit of nope.
Yes, well.
Because
yes,
when someone
you
was
have
making
found a
pre-made
sufficient amount of
characters, they only gave the climbing skill to one person.
Hey, you were going to be growing up as, probably a career soldier or something. And, you went through started to go through basic training, and then you had a force breakthrough. So you went to Korriban instead.
I did
And-
the same thing
and became
for
a-
the pre-mades I gave my students in our after-school cipher system club. So I get it. But my character's going to be indignant about it.
Okay. And Sen found rope.
Is it enough rope to go down 40 feet and be able to climb back up again?
Probably.
I'm not a
Maybe.
fan of the GM's hesitation.
I mean, you might have to tie a knot in this bit here and this other bit there, and the chains will help. Surely the chains will help.
The player and the character are both concerned about using the chains.
It's true. It does say that the Force will break your chains and make you free. That's Sith code.
That is not why both the player and the character are concerned about using the chains. We are concerned for the same thing. But it looks like this is our life now. So let's take care of this.
Oh,
And I continue to be amused that we're going like, okay, so we went down to the basement. We're going up to the second floor. We're going down to the basement. We keep passing
just
the Grand Old
sharing a
Duke of
list.
York.
Just sharing an image
just-
with Antuxa because there's a list at the top of the stairs. Guessing?
I figure that the chains will be useful for making sure that the rope is securely anchored.
It makes sense. I'm not disagreeing with it. I just don't like the idea of chains.
I'm not chaining you up.
I know
I'm
you're
chaining
not.
the rope up.
I know. I'm not disagreeing with the plan. That I don't like the plan is irrelevant. It's the best plan. If I had a better plan, I'd be suggesting the better plan.
So I figure we should probably use one of these pillars to rig things, not the rope to the chains, lock the chains around like themselves around the pillar a bunch.
And
This
use that to
seems-
anchor the rope?
I'm glad you've come up with this plan. Could you sign here, please? It's just a standard legal document.
Sen, you know to read the standard legal documents now. Well, make an admin roll.
Where did you get that flimsy one?
Oh no, it's a document on my data pad.
Oh, where
Yes.
why do you have that? Why
Well,
do you
it's-
just like have that loaded?
Well, I did have to load it up. It wasn't already loaded. I had to pull it up out of the records. It's just a standard indemnity waiver. Basically, if I end up having something horrible happen to me, you're the one who's going to have to fill out the paperwork concerning my death when you get back. Considering,
Our master would make
It's your
me do
plan.
that anyway.
look, just sign. By the way, I'm not trying for
I'm
duplicity.
not
That is
signing random things.
what the document actually is. Basically, it's saying, hey, this is your plan. It's your problem if something goes wrong.
And I can't figure that out.
Oh dear.
Fine. But if I die, my force ghost is coming back to haunt you specifically. I'm assuming we put all of our precautions in order that we're going to put in order?
For amusement, give me another knot tying roll at the Dex -4, and we'll see if you have enough rope left after you're quite secure about it.
Question. Because this is specifically related to climbing down, would I be allowed to use my climbing skill?
Okay, that's fair. That is, in fact, fair.
Made it by one! I might live.
Hey. You have a rope. You also have a bell that wants to have blood on it that you brought down here as well. And you did you leave the pot down there with the extra warm pot? It's like everything horrible here.
Yeah,
I left
the
the
slow cooker
pot in the room with oh wait, was the
And took
pot
the pot,
and
the
Tuxa
one
was
that
going
was
to open
weirdly
it.
warm. Oh, that's right, we forgot. And Tuxa, did you want to open that thing now that you're here before people climb down? Okay, you want to open that?
No, I was just saying I've been kind of dragged around the map without actually doing anything.
Oh, well, in that case, yes. It is Antux's time to open the pot and possibly...
Hang on. I don't want to open the pot before... If Ren is going down there, I don't want to open the pot before that.
Okay. All right. So...
But, yes.
They ran off and you trailed
still
in.
have the pot with me.
Okay, the pot has been... All the horrible things are here. How delightful. Okay, so...
I attach the lights to Ran so that Ran will have some light.
I am now equipped with RGB.
Mostly
Off in the
are.
distance, we hear
Give a computer operations roll to make them stop twinkling.
No, I refuse. They are specifically attached to my boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants.
They're twinkling. They're good. You cannot make them stop twinkling unless you
I think
break
I
them.
made them twinkle faster.
Yes, you did.
I'm
You
gonna-
failed that.
I'm going to do a computer operation roll to actually have them twinkle in a sequence.
Go for it.
Nope.
Failure. They're
Now,
random.
now they're just glowing red
Know
and
how
they're not
to
twinkling.
operate these lights.
I did it poorly, so now Sen has what they want.
I think it's just going to twinkle randomly. It's not in sequence. It's random.
You know what? I'm okay with this. I'm going down the hole.
Make a climbing roll.
Wait. Wow.
I'm like halfway down.
I mean, I was going to use telekinesis other to try to make things easier for him.
That's a good idea. I've got 40 feet to go.
Just out of curiosity, are you like just climbing down holding the rope, or have you turned the rope into a harness as well on yourself?
Oh, I am definitely tied to the rope.
Okay,
If something happens to me, I can be pulled
That's
back
good.
up.
that's good because you need to make a fright check at -4.
I made it by
You
7,
made it by 7.
which means I made it by 3. But,
And
hey,
that's not even. Yep. Okay, so you know how you were getting weird sort of sounds out of the data pad when you lowered it down on, FaceTime?
yeah.
You are feeling like there's horrible things shrieking and trying to tear at your mind
So
and your ears
I am certain,
as you go down, and they get louder.
I am certain that there is the space equivalent of sea shanties.
Mhm.
And having been in the military, I probably know a few. I intend to sing one or more of these to try to calm my nerves and drown out the screaming. And that's an out of context quote. I'm not saying it's going to work, although technically it did work because I made my fright check by 3. So I'm going to say
Yes.
that's how I'm making my fright check.
Is fair. Okay, you're singing your way down a little bit quaverly sometimes because, well, and you're a dock, sitting in the space dock, a broken man, blah blah blah.
I know that tune.
No one is bringing you the yep. No one is bringing you sugar or rum. This is terrible.
The rum is gone.
You're on a ship.
A
It's all
small
gone.
kobold drank all of it.
I was about to say.
You get down there, and to get to it is going to take another climbing roll -1.
I made it by 1.
You can swing yourself over, and yep, that does appear to be a pendant there. It's a little hard to see. It's all dark, and well, there's flickery, twinkly stuff.
I'm going to examine the flickery, twinkly stuff. Is it more light?
Well, the flickery, twinkly stuff is it's on you. It's things reflect. It's reflecting the
Sen,
chain of this.
Yes.
I think I like these lights. They're a good look for me. It was a good idea of yours.
I'm glad to know that.
Yes. I'm trying to not think about the screaming.
Excellent.
There's a lot of it down here.
Not excellent.
Yes. But it's not me.
That's probably good.
I have mixed feelings about that one, actually. I'm going to look back at this chain that you were describing.
It's the chain to the pendant. It's a necklace. The pendant is on the necklace. The necklace is a chain. It's okay. It looks a lot more functional than decorative, and I mean thin, but also that does not look like something that's likely to break very well. And there's a little padlock or something binding it closed, like with an actual key or a electronic lock. It's really hard to tell if it's low tech or not right now.
All right. Is it something that I need to take care of down here?
Probably not.
Then
It does not
I'm
appear
not.
to be locked in.
Then that's a
Okay.
problem for future me.
All right, just give me a danger sense roll for fun. Perception.
Danger sense. Danger sense does whatever danger sense does. Made it by 1.
Your sense of danger and doom and screaming does in fact increase as you think of taking the pen into your hand.
I go through a routine of moving my hand closer, then moving it away, then moving it closer, then moving it away, and marveling at how the danger increases in direct proportion to how close my hand gets to it, or exponential.
Something like
proportion.
that,
Who
although
knows?
it's something like that.
It's like I'm playing a
It's a little hard
theremin of danger.
Yeah, but if you wish to grab the pendant, you certainly can.
I have a thought. You know that twine? Do we have more of it?
Yes.
Could you lower it down, please? Please don't throw it down. Please don't throw it down. Please don't throw the whole thing down.
I mean, I
I will-
suppose I could. Oh, lower it.
Yeah,
I
you
will
keep
lower
one
it
end
down.
up there.
Since Sen has their hands busy.
Presumably hanging onto the rope just to make sure. Yes.
Yes.
All right. So as it gets lowered down to me, I'm thinking I am definitely not moving this pendant. Moving this pendant is bad. So I will not move the pendant. I am simply going to secure this twine to the pendant without removing the pendant. The pendant is going to stay down here. I am going to go back up, leaving the pendant here because something down here really wants the pendant to be down here. And I am going to let them have the pendant because they've never done anything against me personally. I don't have anything against them. They can have the pendant. I'm just giving them a little bit of extra twine to go with the pendant. And now I'm going back up, having tied the twine to the pendant. At least that's my thought process.
Give me a
I'm
climbing
pretty sure I
roll.
got to make a roll. Yeah. Question: can I use telekinesis self to make that roll be a little bit easier?
Yes. If you make your telekinesis self roll, that will make the other roll. Okay. Add a minimum of 1 to your climbing.
Actually, my telekinesis self roll is 1 better than my climbing roll.
Well, now your climbing roll is also 1 better.
There we go.
And you made it by 4. Anyway.
Technically by 5 now. I climb up really fast.
Yep. Yes.
I'm like the cat in that GIF. Just my lower legs aren't necessary. I'm just pulling. On the way up, there's periods of time where my neither hand is on the rope, but I'm still pulling myself up with both hands.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few locations where I wanted to get out faster.
As you climb, the screaming in your ears and mind feels frustrated, angry, angrier. You're going the wrong way, according to it.
I'll be back later. I just have some things to take care of first. It's not you, it's me.
There's a hissing as of angry floodwaters behind you. At the top, Antuxa has a jar and the other end of a piece of twine. It's probably long enough you could tie it to the chains or something.
That might be a good idea. So, suggestion.
I mean,
I'm going to relay to everyone else the danger sense that I got from the more I thought about taking the necklace up, the more dangerous it seemed to be. So, doing it remotely seemed prudent.
Makes sense.
Also, I really didn't want to be down there any longer.
That's fair.
I have already untied the harness.
Antuxa has a pot? Or are you pulling up the thing, or are you just going to leave it with twine on it so you can get it anytime you want?
No, I'm going to pull out the necklace.
Okay.
Ran went to all that trouble.
Indeed. Danger is approaching as you do so. But, it feels like you're pulling danger towards you. Okay. You're shielding out other influences?
Yes.
All
yes.
right. There's a press of faint screams upon you, but it's fine. Send, detecting disturbances. Your Leku, if they had hair, it would all be standing on end right now.
Now I have the image of a Twi'lek
Things very
with
disturbing.
hair.
I mean, I'm sure that it happens sometimes, somewhere. You probably get, snow-adapted Twi'leks and...
Ones that had to take minoxidil for
Anyway.
their blood pressure or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you can pull the thing up without incident. It's a roughly diamond-shaped little pendant of, square on end that has 4 little gems in it, which are, you'll have to do, force things to fully look at them, like an occultism roll or whatever. Or are you going to touch them?
Oh, Chris.
That was just occultism. It wasn't psychometry.
I feel like that's still a no, Chris.
I just haven't seen it before.
It's tacky, really.
Well,
This
if
is
they
probably
want
not
their
going to be...
costume jewelry back, then they can have it.
Wait, please.
Mhm.
I don't think we should just give this back.
Yes, we're here for taxes. The revenue service doesn't give back, we take.
And weird truck has been going on, and the guy we're supposed to collect taxes from might have gotten murdered or might be living down here like a feral tuca, or might have turned himself into a giant Nexu fish that wants to devour the world for all I know.
Your imagination fascinates.
Thanks, I watched a lot of holovids when I was younger.
I hold up the end of the rope. Would you care to enlighten your imagination? No?
I think I have enough.
Well, your game.
Step back from the edge.
You'll note I already stepped back from the edge.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to be in
Everybody's
this
stepping
room
back from
anymore.
the edge.
I'm upset that we're still in this room, but I don't want to admit that.
But Antuxa has a pot and a pendant.
And Tuxa has a pop. Yes.
Well, I'm going to hand the pendant to whoever wants it.
Sononi wants it.
I already have a
Then
bell.
Singanoni can have it.
Now we each have a terrible item.
Yes, but
Yay!
now Ron needs a book.
And someone needs a candle.
Well, Ron has the candle. That's the point.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Anyway, yes. I'm going to see if I can open the pot.
Okay. You can... If you want to just break the ceiling thing...
I do not want to just break the ceiling thing.
Okay, in that case, give me a dex roll to utilate it out without, to unbind it without actually breaking it. I mean, you will have to break the seal if there's a seal there to get it open, obviously, but the beads will not necessarily be broken if you could do that.
Nope.
Okay.
No, I'm fumbling it.
If you sit down and take longer, then you can do it, but you'll have to do it ignominiously.
No, I would rather sit down. I would rather sit down and be ignominious for a couple of minutes than have it blow up.
I'm going to watch from out here.
That's very... Leaving the door open, I presume.
Well, yes, I'm keeping guard.
Reasonable. Okay.
It is a reasonable
Let me just
story,
do-
yes.
All right. After sitting down and picking at the thing with both hands and jiggling the lid, etc., you can finally get the cord undone, unknotted without breaking it.
Okay.
It is
I will
now...
lay it to the side and lift the lid off.
Ah! Wonderful. Another head.
Is it a head I recognize?
It's blue with black hair. Well, grayish hair, rather.
So this is going to be O'Neill.
That would be the assumption. Give me a perception roll. I assume you people are basically using. It's the jaw is moving as if it's speaking, and you can hear it whispering things.
In that case, I made it by 9.
Hearing? Yeah. You can hear it. You see the jaw moving, and you can hear it whispering things or groaning them or something.
Listening very closely.
Strip, flesh of my flesh. Burn, strips. Burning, flesh, burn, flesh.
Okay, I'm not listening anymore.
Yeah, I think this might be worth a fright check. Possibly to -3. Made it by 5. The dice are just not lying here. The dice do not lie.
Out in the hallway, I made it by 4.
I'm not sure you would be aware of what's going on.
I was watching through the door.
The head.
I'm not looking at the head. I'm failing to meditate.
Trying to get your fatigue points back, eh?
What?
Yes.
I might not
Well,
have
you're
heard what the
quietly.
head was saying, but I saw that you were holding it up to your ear to hear it more clearly.
Well, the pot anyway. Are
I was
you
gonna say, I was
touching?
putting my ear to the pot.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't take the head out of the pot?
Yeah, I think that
I had not intended to, no.
All right.
it's perfectly reasonable to go. My companion is trying to listen to something in the pot. There appears to be a head in the pot. What the criff? That's worth a fright check.
Okay.
You stop
All
listening.
right, since everybody expects it.
Wow.
What
are you psychometry to a crit success?
2 1s and a 2. My word. You know this head's social security number.
I mean, your logistics. If this is the actual head of the Chiss woman you're supposed to be finding, then yes, you know her social security number.
Oh, is the
Are you
head a
touching
kiss?
blue?
Ah,
Presumably. The pupils are red. Well, there aren't really pupils. The eyes are just this sort of reddish thing, very, very Chiss-like, gray hair. What are you psychometrying precisely, Antuxa?
I want to try to get events leading up to the head being severed and how long ago that happened.
Is that this is not precisely a head? This is and is not a head. This is
A jar.
a spirit trap. Yeah, kind of like that. It's a jar for a spirit. It may also be a head. It's very difficult to tell. You're in the middle of something that is half force vision anyway, so who the heck knows? It's something that had been chopped away from the main body. This may be metaphorical. It may not be. It happened weeks ago, several weeks. Time is weird. Time is terrible. It happened 5 seconds ago. It's happening now. It's happening, in the future. It's all swirled around. It's always been this way. At least a few weeks, probably several weeks.
It has always been this way for the past few weeks. Before then, it had never been this way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like I said, jokes
Or
about
maybe
infinity will
well-
never stop being funny for me.
Mm-hmm. It is in pain. There's a great deal of pain here. However, I'm not going to punish you for a critical success on psychometry, so I'm not going to make you make another fright check to avoid having all of that pain there. And besides, you had a mind shield up, so that helps. If you had to make a guess, you'd say that it happened at least shortly after the this location stopped sending comm messages. And also this thing has a soul in it.
I need to go down into the hole.
I wouldn't
You
recommend
need to
it.
go down into the hole?
Just for a moment. I need to get a sense of something.
Well, I will voice my objection, but let's get this harness on you.
Use your climbing skill to get the harness fully climificationed.
Believe me, Ron, if I could use your experience.
Apparently, I can't use my experience because I failed it by 1.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Do I realize that I failed it by 1? Asking the GM the
How
hard
much?
questions.
Yeah, how much testing are you doing before you actually give this shove Antuxa off the edge or whatever?
We are sending someone with no climbing skill down into a pit of nope. I am definitely checking this harness.
Okay, give me another climbing and actually give it a +2 for taking extra time.
All right.
I don't know if this is going to work, but I am using psychometry on Ron.
So you can use my experience.
My mind to your mind, my thoughts to your thoughts.
That's mind probed. That's a different one entirely. I didn't give you people mind probe.
Remember,
And then we both realize at the same time that if I pull on the end of the rope that's supposed to fasten you to that pillar over there, it's all just going to come loose with no knot. I'm like,
Yeah, probably.
Let me fix that for you.
Yeah.
what I want to do is compare the presence that Ron sensed at the bottom of the pit
Uh-huh.
with the presence present in the severed head.
Ooh, interesting.
The severed head was wrapped up neatly, so technically that is a present.
Worst present. The
Made by 3 to telekinesis other and hopefully make things easier.
okay.
And I made the roll by
I'll resolve
5,
the
except by
psychometry first.
7 because you gave me a +2.
Yeah. You were taking extra time, being extra careful. Okay, you're quite sure that this is a good harness now. Okay, Antuxa, the psychometry, the presence, the captured soul presence is not the same. There is a pain and fear and horribleness that does have a similar kind of kinship. It's adjacent. Yeah, the thing that is the trap has a kinship feel to the horrible down in that pit of nope.
The thing that is the trap?
The soul.
Did
The
I hear
soul
that
is
right?
yes. The soul is bound into the head. The head is a trap, and whatever
Gotcha.
made it into a trap has kinship. Are you going to go down that hole after all?
No, I don't think I will. Thank you for the effort, though.
As soon as you say that you're not going down the hole, I immediately start untying this. I had no desire to see you go down into that pit. There's a few people here where I
Crash,
would
you
not.
unmuted?
Oh,
I'm unmuted.
Crash, just checking. You unmuted yourself. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah. There's a few people in this dwelling that I wouldn't mind seeing them go down into the hole. My compatriots are not among them. So I'm very happy to untie the knots.
Yes, I have to admit I'm also relieved you're not going down that hole. I mean,
I
well, it's
understand.
kind of
I am quite relieved myself.
So
Hand
Can I-
sanitizer.
can I float that idea of throwing the vomit down the hole again? Anyone?
I don't think we want to make it angrier.
Oh, actually, I would kind of like to see what it would do.
I don't want
I've-
to see what it would do.
I don't say anything, but I'm looking at Sen as I point with both hands at
I thought we agreed that we weren't going to do things that would get us killed.
However, can we retreat to a room where we can sit down, not among horrors?
I think we'd have
need
to
leave a little
retreat
bit.
off this planet.
Yes. What they said.
Visible
What he
horrors,
said.
and by this I mean the dining room.
I don't want to sit in the dining room. The Count might show up.
Were you including the dining room specifically as a horror?
Well, do you have a suggestion for where we can gather our thoughts in a place that isn't protecting a person who is specifically being insulated from all of this?
Yes, actually.
Well, there's a bathroom over there.
No.
Ron,
Never mind, Ran has a better idea.
The shuttle that brought us here.
Is kind of a traipse away.
Yes, that's part of the reason why I am suggesting it. This whole place
Let's take
is...
the bell
Actually-
and the blood. Huh?
yes. Let's take the bell and the blood and the pot and the necklace and possibly the girl.
The question is she safer in there or on the ship?
Well, in there, she's insulated. On the ship, she's distant.
Yes. The question is which is better.
Beth, what time of year is it?
On the planet?
Galactic Standard.
You make me do math.
Clearly it's
You're the
Halloween.
one who slid me the image.
Let me get the where'd that go? There that is. Blast. I forgot to get it is currently the month past whatever the month of Drapar is. Just right into it.
Okay. Yes, let's retreat to the ship for a moment, gather our thoughts, and decide how to proceed from there.
Yes, and
With without the girl.
We'll leave the girl here for now. She's safe in that room.
And we'll bring the necklace, and the pot with the severed head, and the bell.
And the bell.
And the blood.
And the blood.
I was
Not
hoping you
the
would
vomit,
remember this.
please.
No, I want the vomit to be in the hole, not the ship.
We could drop it in the swamp.
This is more fun.
I mean, I know that's littering, but
Isn't that one of the Sith tenets?
This is fine?
I don't know.
Sith is fine.
Anyway,
Do Sith frown upon littering? Vomit all over terrible swamps?
Now that you
I was starting that sentence, but I think I like somewhere 3 or 4 words deep, I realized it was completely absurd.
well, I can't say anything about Sith tenets, but it is somewhat of a tradition for first years on their first archaeological dig where they're dealing with humanoid remains. Sithoid?
Is that the
I'm a
tradition where
chauvinist.
you drink out of a skull?
I don't
No.
want to drink out of a skull. The only skull available was down a sewer.
No, we found one that's talking.
I don't want to think about that.
Me neither. However, look, we can have this discussion on the way to the ship. How about that?
We need to find the droid first.
Oh, I believe the droid is at the front door.
That's where you left
well.
it.
Considering
makes
its
things
ability
easier.
to walk, it's probably where it still is.
Well, then let's go find the droid.
All right, who's this in the kitchen? Is he a ghost?
Oh,
Yes, legally tell me
this-
if he is.
No, this is a human person who appears to be trying to prepare those birds, take out the insides and get them set up for probably, honestly, refrigeration or maybe cooking. So, my lords. Hello.
Ah, hello. Are you the one who made that stew earlier?
Yes, I am. I am Sekja, the cook.
Ah, wonderful. It was very delicious. Keep up the good work.
Of course. Would you like some more, my lord?
Uh,
One
none
more
for me.
person who isn't supposed to be on this planet.
Look, I just climbed by rope out of a pit of nope that may or may not be on this plane of existence. I think I'm not going to eat anything for a little while, but thank you so much for the offer.
Pit of what, my lord?
Don't go in the basement.
Never
Have
mind
a
So
that,
wonderful
long.
day.
it's not important.
It's a long story.
What's
a
in
long
the
drop.
basement, my lord?
I already told you.
Don't,
My lord.
don't go. Mysteries things, all right? It's mysteries things. Don't go mess
Oh,
with the mysteries things.
no, of
Uh,
course not, my lord. I know
I-
better.
For the sake of the recording, as I'm saying, I already told you. My character is walking out of the kitchen towards the droid. I have not looked back. I waved, but I did not look back.
Antixa, fast talk.
There's been a plumbing incident. We're having it taken care of. You don't need to worry about it. Just don't go down there.
Oh, no, definitely. I know what the... Yes, my lord. Of course not. The lizards
You know how
get everywhere.
you know how sewage systems are on swamp planets.
Unfortunately, my lord.
Yeah. Don't go
And the
down
little
there
lizards, they get
Yes.
everywhere.
and do your best to keep anybody else from going down there as well.
I will definitely do my best, my lord. There's not that much left except the MREs, and well, no one wants MREs. So
Indeed.
And the vomit.
I will cook soup. my
Don't
lord.
forget there's vomit down there.
He's
Oh, my
easily
lord.
traumatized.
Yes, my
I want to
lord.
disagree.
There, I apologize. They're easily traumatized.
Of course, my lord.
Carry
I
on.
understand.
And it does smell delicious.
Thank you, my lord. Would you like a bowl?
No, thank you. Not until we get the plumbing taken care of, I'm afraid.
I understand, my lord. I'll make sure that there's some kept properly prepared for whenever you might want some.
I
There's
do
a-
appreciate it.
There's a little microwave under one of the cabinets if you need, my lord.
Okay.
Ah,
I'm going to make sure that 4-3 AGO knows that we're
AGD.
headed back to the ship. AGD.
AGD.
I can't read this font.
Sorry.
Knows that we're headed back to the ship, and then I'm going to follow Ron and Sen out the door.
I'm going to actually go over into this room that has a convenient window. I
Okay.
think our
You're
friend
looking
out the
is still
windows.
out there.
Yes, that's why we came in the different door.
Yes, but
Furthermore,
from that
it's getting a
door,
little
I can't
bit-
see it.
The sun is sinking in the sky, apparently. It's gotten awfully cloudy anyway, and it's a bit darker.
So,
Oh, I can't remember the cook's name.
Sekja. Ought to be able-
Sekja, do you happen to have a lantern we can use? We're going out and we may be some time.
Ah, yes, my lord. Do you want battery powered or oil power or oil lamp?
A battery will be fine.
Just let me run off, and he wanders off and goes up the stairs to where you left all of those lanterns in the storeroom. Trundle, trundle, trundle. He will come back after a bit. You people can stare out the windows or whatnot as you desire.
The temptation to toss scraps
He
of
gets-
I know
offal
it
at
looks
the...
like I'm standing in the doorway, but I am really just, I have cracked the door and I am peering through it.
It's because the grid map doesn't line
There's-
up perfectly with the walls.
Sorry.
It's fine.
I could try and move the whole thing, but I don't know how.
a
So, okay, he gets back. The critter is still out there. It's still chomping on something in its mouth.
It's been chewing on that all day.
Yes, it quite has.
I'm not sure it's actually trying to eat it.
So, we need to get back to the ship, yes.
That's the plan. And I'm pretty sure the next two fish failed a perception check.
One, though. It does not appear to be charging at the door or anything. Chomp, 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 chomp.
It's busy.
Ah, and Tuxa vanishes.
That is a really neat trick.
I'll have to teach it to you sometime.
I'm so quiet, being quiet. I'm so quiet.
Yes, you don't actually. You're trying to not fight the thing, aren't you? And you're missing your stealth by 2. Well, let me just roll something here. All right. The thing does not actually charge at you somehow, despite the fact that you and Sen are oh so quiet. You make it through the somewhat spongy landscaping to the gate that you left that was sort of ajar. And as you look out, as you approach it, you hear slithering.
All right.
Ah, the swamp at night, full of life, vibrant even. Let's get to the ship.
I mean, you had that waist-high wall, remember?
Didn't I
Around
cut the
the-
gate off the hinges?
You didn't need to. It was just leaning there.
I know I didn't need to. That's not what I said.
Oh, that's right. It was squeaking at you. Yeah.
I didn't like the
Yeah, there's no
squeaking.
gate there. Nope.
There was a tree, wasn't there?
There was also a tree that had crashed down over the wall at one location.
Well, I wanted to try to get into the tree.
You were bouncing around in that. You got the placard out of it.
Yeah.
Do you want to go do that again?
Well, I'd like to.
It's there. It's give yourself acrobatics miss by 2. I mean, it's a tree. You try and get into the thing from the wrong side, and then you get stuck in all the branches, and something pokes your leku, and something else tries to poke your eye, and
I tried to help with telekinesis other, but I roll a crit failure.
it is
Did
as
you
if
yeet me?
probably not. I think that it would be much more amusing that your
I'm
power,
sorry.
you reach out, and your power goes somewhere.
We see
And
another
from behind you,
Nexu fish lifting up into the tree.
whoops. No. The power is going somewhere. It is not going where you want it. It's as if it's been diverted and drained away. And from behind you, as you are all out there, theater of the mind and all that, you hear a voice going somewhere so soon, my new guest.
Not
And you
for
know, I
long.
feel like that's probably where we should end it. Aw, we should end it there. That's a good cliffhanger.
All right, fine. It's another option for the critical failure, and this is only because EO said, "Did you yeet me?" Is if I used the force and pulled the tree down more, then realized I was pulling the tree down instead of lifting Sen up, so I let go, and then the tree bounces back.
Fortunately, the tree is already over. It would not bounce very far. Besides, it's more entertaining to have, well, someone very familiar asking, "Are you going somewhere, my guests?"
I'm not gonna remember that.
And we
I'm
should
gonna remember
end it there.
almost
We should.
yeeting Sen. But sure, we can end it here. I suppose someone has a thing we should plug.
Oh, do we have anything that we should be plugging?
EO's mom
I mean-
writes books.
At elizabeth-mccoy.com and anywhere else that legitimate ebooks are sold.
Is it with the dash or without the dash that's the new one?
Without the dash should be the newer one that will hopefully eventually be there. So you can try elizabethmccoy.com, but if that doesn't work, use the dash. And if it does work, then you don't need to use the dash. And speaking of people who have blogs and things,
Well, all these podcasts end up at aaronbsmith.com/cogwheel. There's a separate RSS feed for each individual podcast. So each campaign has its own subscribe to just this feed. But there's also one feed to rule them all if you want to get all of our podcasts. And if you like listening to these, if you enjoyed this, why not share it with a friend who has similar interests to you? I love when people listen to this. We record this as a hobby. It's fun to do. But if you would like us to break even, because server costs are a thing, You could go to patreon.com/cogwheelgaming to help us keep the lights on, joining other illustrious patrons, including Ellie, Shen, Walter, and patron emeritus Cindy.
Until next time, this is Beth saying, hey, is anybody out there? I have a really bad feeling right now. Anybody hear me?
Feeling about this.
Are the comms up? Maybe I can make a FaceTime call. Good night, everyone.